It's another beautiful day, beautiful sunny day out here in the city of Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria. And yes, it's another wonderful day to bring you the newspaper review here on Thavtv. Hello from wherever you're watching from. This is the newspaper review here on Thavtv. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and as you know, it has always been my honor to bring you headlines in different papers across the nation. Mr. Victor Sioku is the person once again to look at the papers with me for today. Sir, how do you do?
I'm all right.
Welcome.
I'm all right. Thank you so much. And how do you do too?
I'm trying to be fine, even if I know I'm not fine. How have you been coping with the state of cashlessness in the country right now? On my way to work today, I think the few banks I saw on the way, so much crowd everywhere. I don't know what you think about the current situation right now in the country. Do you think it's going to add to insecurity in any way?
Yeah, for insecurity, yes. What am I saying for insecurity? Because people out there are so angry and they are just taking loss into their hands. Yes, and taking loss into their hands. But I implore all Nigerians out there, this is just the face. You just have to dig it deep. I know it's not easy, but man, you don't have to put loss into your hands. Just
a phase that's supposed to last for how long exactly? Because, you know, there's a difference between when you know how long something is going to last and when you don't even know at all. You're just there hoping that it's going to end. So how long will this end? How long will this continue?
I think right now people have that mindset that once they have this Naira note, they just hold it tight. I think that's just the problem right now. Okay, when people get these monies too, they try to hold it so tight. And like I was discussing with Abule yesterday, the POS agents, yes, they do not have the money anymore, but the way they overprice their charges, it's so crazy. So how will I work so hard and just within few minutes these people will just take a chunk of
Mr. Victor, I wanted to withdraw 3,000 Naira today, and what the POS attendant charged me was something else. I stood there for like 2 minutes looking at her and said, this woman, if I don't take this money now, it's me that I'll still lose, because definitely there's no cash anywhere.
Yeah. So
now that I've managed to see cash, let me just collect it. Well, it is well. It is well, and we'll definitely pass this phase, hopefully. All right, we'll be starting today's newspaper review first by looking at the Guardian newspaper. Here we have interesting headlines. This one says, APC applies pressure on Malami over Supreme Court order. APC applies pressure on Malami over Supreme Court order. Another headline here on page 6 says, election, live up to expectation. Commonwealth observers tell INEC. Election, live up to expectation. Commonwealth observers tell INEC. Okay, more of that headline is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. On page 30 of the Guardian, we have a Naira swap. Naira swap. Slow takeoff in Kaduna as traders battle mobile transfers, insist on cash. Okay, that story is on page 30 of the Guardian. Slow takeoff in Kaduna as traders battle mobile transfers, insist on cash. That's on page 30. More interesting headline here on page 2 says, BBC finds evidence of sexual abuse on Kenyan tea farms. BBC finds evidence of sexual abuse on Kenyan tea farms. Okay, that's on page 2. On page 3, we have it's illegal to close varsities for polls, says Afe Babalola. It's illegal to close varsities for polls, says Afe Babalola on page 3. On page 3 again, we have new magnitude 6.4 earthquake rocks Turkey. New magnitude 6.4 earthquake rocks Turkey. And lastly, on page 4 in the Guardian, we have a court halts INEC's logistics deal with MC Oluomo team. Court halts INEC's logistics deal with MC Oluomo team. That's on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. That's the much you can take in the Guardian newspaper for today. Mr. Victor, please, what do you have to say concerning the court? APC are applying pressure on Malami over Supreme Court order.
Okay, well, the crisis is still on. Just yesterday, the APC and their national working committee had some crucial meetings yesterday around 3 p.m. yesterday. So, but what were the issues now? They are still trying to put pressure on the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, to come out and will I say, obey the court. But it's not just about Malami. This is about the president. This is about the GCFR. The commander of the armed forces has refused, in my opinion, he has refused to obey the Supreme Court order. And if you can remember back in the days when the Supreme Court order came out, whether you or Abule, we were discussing, I was like, see, this will not be the first time that the president will disobey court orders. At many a times, it is just by what he wants to do. And that is what is also playing at. Yes, we also know the good.
Or is it right, Mr. Victor? Is it right for the president to disobey the Supreme Court order?
Yes, I think it's a complex situation, okay? But
because it's president?
Yeah, but mind you, in law or in the military, they say obey the last order, okay? The Supreme Court should be above the president, okay? Because we have a constitution. In this case? But in this case, he did his thing. Let me just leave it that way. Am I saying it's the right thing by disobeying the court order? No. But why do I also say that it's complex? It is complex in the sense that when you now ask the question, is the Supreme Court supposed to even sit on this matter? Okay, that is where the complexity comes out. Okay, when you dig deep, you also hear from people or from legal aid when they say that, see, the Supreme Court is not supposed to even hear this matter. Okay, already we know that there is an infighting in the APC, and let's also be very plain in this discussion that our court has been ridiculed, not just in this time, but just some months time. Yes, our court has been ridiculed. It is now obvious that some of our judges collect bribes. Okay,
shameful. It's shameful.
And it's shameful. So when in fact, it has been reduced to a level that has never happened in the history of Nigeria. That even in this election, this forthcoming election, some persons are even out there saving up their monies just to go to court because they feel that they will get judgment through the court and not the people. But the election is supposed to be for the people to select their leaders. But at the end of the day, you will find out, and I bet you will find out that decisions will be made in the courts.
So, Mr. Victor, if it is not right for individuals to go against court orders, don't you think there should be a stipulated punishment for whoever goes against court rules or court orders?
Oh, sure. There should be. Oh, come on. Can you remember that even Bawa, that's Bawa,
or because he's the president, that means he's above the law?
No, but mind you, after his tenure, he can still be called upon. He can still be charged to court. So
we have to wait until his tenure is off.
No, you cannot charge your president to court right now. It has to be after his tenure before you charge him to court. The only people that have such power to call him out or to bring him for quiz time or for interrogation time are the National Assembly. They are the only ones that have that power. Okay, but after his tenure, then one can go to court and charge him on whatever the person wants to charge him on. So it's obvious, yes, there's still the infighting. In as much as yes, the president came on Saturday to tell the APC that he is for them, okay, and that he is in support of Tinubu becoming the next president. But you also find out that the matter has not gone down. The people against the president are there. And yes, even just yesterday, through the governor of Abia State, he also made it known that there are persons out there fighting. There are persons out there in the presidency fighting the candidacy of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. As it stands, I can't wait for the election to come and go. I think by next week, I don't have any faith right now to say that this cash issue will be resolved before the election. Because people are mopping cash. And yes, come to think of it, people are also seeing the weekend as a holiday weekend. So they are mopping cash to have fun during the weekend. Yeah. Okay,
let's move straight now to the Daily Sun. In the Daily Sun here on page 6, we have New opinion poll gives Tinubu victory. New opinion poll gives Tinubu victory. Projects APC will win in 19 states. Why APC stands better chance than other candidates, according to Carlo on page 6 of the Daily Sun. This one here on page 5 and 6 says, elections. CDS holds emergency meeting with service security chiefs. Elections. CDS holds emergency meeting with service security chiefs. IG urges security personnel to observe international best practices. Okay, that's on more of that headline is on page 5 and 6 of the Daily Sun. And on page 28 we have Okowa deplores leaders playing up religious ethnic sentiments for votes. Okowa deplores leaders playing up religious ethnic sentiments for votes. That's on page 28. On page 6 we have polls. Mbeki, ex-South African president, leads Commonwealth mission. Mbeki, ex-South African president, leads a Commonwealth mission. That's on page 6. On page 26 we have INEC won't let Nigerians international community down, according to Yakubu. INEC won't let Nigerians international community down. That's Yakubu saying on page 26. On page 4 we have 17 cheat death as boat capsizes in Lagos. 17 cheat death as boat capsizes in Lagos. That's on page 4. On page 5 and 28 we have INEC restrained from using MC Olomo in distributing election materials. INEC restrained from using MC Olomo in distributing election materials. That's on page 5 and 28 of the Daily Sun. On page 4 we have alleged 3 billion naira fraud. Court dismisses EFCC's counter affidavit. Grants Ali Bello others 500 million naira bail. Okay, that's on page 4 of Daily Sun. On page 4 again, still on page 4, we have DPO, 6 others killed as gunmen attack another police station in Anambra. DPO, 6 others killed as gunmen attack another police station in Anambra. That's on page 4 on Daily Sun. On page 6 and 27, we have Naira scarcity. Protesters raise banks, INEC, IBEDC offices in Ogun. Naira scarcity. Protesters raise banks, INEC, IBEDC offices in Ogun. That's a sad one there on page 6 and page 27. Lastly, in the Daily Sun, we have on page 27, so it says health workers, patients groan as Naira crisis worsens. Health workers, patients groan as Naira crisis worsens. That story is on page 27 of the Daily Sun. That's the much we can take today in the Daily Sun newspaper. Mr. Victor, new opinion poll gives Tinubu victory. Yeah. Please react to this.
Yeah, that's a good one for the Tinubu's camp. And I know they will be so happy with this. This is just about 4 days to the election. And that will give them so much confidence. Okay, now to the details of the poll. The poll was conducted by Fredana. That's a private company of having a private company that has a mini data analyst. So they came up with they ran 300,000 surveys by what they said, and they came out with information that these surveys were collected online and through phone calls. Okay, and they were able to predict, okay, that Tinubu will be winning the Northeast. He will win the 6 states in the Northeast, okay, and that Northwest, that he will lose Sokoto, and that he will lose Sokoto to the PDP. That's the candidate of Atiku. But they did not also mention anywhere that Peterobi will win in the North, okay?
Okay.
And that's in the Northeast and the Northwest. But in North Central, they made the point that Peterobi will clinch the victory in Plateau State, okay? But the other states in the North Central, that is Bauchi, you have they included the FCT, you have the FCT that that it will just be about the APC and the candidate of Tinubu. Oh, I forgot to mention Kogi State. I know the Kogi governor Bello is fully behind Tinubu, and he was part of the governors that went to the Supreme Court to challenge the Naira issues. Okay, but now down to the south, they also mentioned that Tinubu will clinch the ticket for Southwest. And you know, Southwest is home of the APC presidential candidate. Okay? And we have the Southeast. Yes, I need to tell the viewer that the Southeast amounts to the second highest number of voters in the country. Okay? So they have the numbers out there, and they can do a lot with that number. And coming from the point that he is also from the Northwest, it should also might just count for him. Okay, but for the Southeast and the South, they gave most of the numbers to Peterobi. But the election is almost there. These are still predictions, and mind you, for the viewers, if Nigerians haven't seen polls, we've seen about 10 polls, and out of those 10 polls, we would say from the data that we have that about 55% of those polls have gone to Peterobi. Okay, one has also gone to Atiku, and some has also gone to the person of Tinubu, Ahmed Tinubu. Lastly, yes, these polls. Okay, let me even mention first about the ANAP poll. The ANAP Foundation has been doing plenty of polls since I think 2011 or thereabout, and they've been so accurate with their polls. And they gave their polls 2 times that they've conducted polls. They gave it to Peterobi. But there are also some news coming out from that side. Yeah, the news is that Peterobi also works in hand with the ANAP president, okay, the owner of ANAP, and who is also the founder of Stanbic Bank, that is Otedo Peterside.
So they're saying that's the reason why.
Otedo Peterside, huh?
So they're saying that's the reason why he.
So they think that that is being rigged. People think that
why the polls are always in his favor.
Yes, especially for the ANAP, and they also pointed out that Peterobi uses the ANAP jet. So ANAP Foundation has a jet, and Peterobi has been using it lately because his main jet is not in order with the report that we've gathered. So, but the elections are very, very close, and I just implore Nigeria, not minding which poll, whether it's favoring Peterobi or whether it's favoring Tinubu or whether it's favoring Atiku. The power is in our hands as Nigerians, as voters, to go out there without any fear. Oh, yesterday the police came out, the army came out, even some international observers came through, like Thabo Mbeki, the former president of South Africa. The British have come out with their own commitment. So this election, people should not be scared. And mind you, it is not also time for us to sit at home, okay, especially for the Southeasterners, okay. It will happen, and by God's grace, the votes will count, and Nigerians will be able to select their leader. The reason why we need to select our leader this time around, so that we can hold the leader accountable, and the leader will know that the power belongs to the people and not to these politicians and the bad side of the judiciary. Thank you. The
truth is that most of these politicians who go into offices, they go with the mindset that they are the ones with the ultimate power. They don't even see themselves as public servants in the first place. So when they get there already, it becomes more difficult for them to even see themselves serving you on the long run. So I think to a great level that explains why we have so much selfish politicians around, people who don't think about the masses. They do things anyhow, the way it pleases them. But hopefully this time around, Nigerians get it right in the choice of leader to take us from where we are currently to where we are supposed to be. Okay, we are supposed to move over to our next and last paper right now, but we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue from where we stopped. Please stay tuned.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Thavtv Media give life to your dreams. Thavtv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Okay, you're welcome back from that short break, and we're moving straight now to the Vanguard newspaper, which is our last paper for the day. Don't forget, you can be a part of this discussion, okay? You have some questions to ask, you have some suggestions to make, drop them in the comment section. I will definitely reply them. Okay, so headlines here in the Vanguard says, Naira redesign mops up 1.8 trillion Naira from currency outside banks. Naira redesign mops up 1.8 trillion Naira from currency outside banks. Okay, more of this headline is on page 5 of the Vanguard. And here on page 10, we have alleged 3 billion Naira fraud. Court grants all Ali Bello, 3 others 500 million Naira bail. I think we saw this before in the previous paper. Okay, so that story is on page 10. And next one here on page 25 says, Nigeria records 85 Lassa fever deaths in 6 weeks, according to NCDC. Okay, that's concerning health. Nigeria records 85 Lassa fever deaths in 6 weeks, according to NCDC. That story is on page 20. On page 10, again, we have presidency. Northern blacksmiths endorse Tinubu Shetima. Presidency, Northern blacksmiths endorse Tinubu Shetima. That story is on page 10 of the Vanguard. On page 9 of the Vanguard, we have elections. U.S. Embassy alerts citizens in Nigeria on possible protest. Elections. U.S. Embassy alerts citizens in Nigeria on possible protest. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard. And in the world of sports here on page 31, this one says, rescue team discovers $2 million buried in Turkey earthquake rubble. Okay. Rescue team discovers $2 million buried in Turkey earthquake rubble. All right, that story is on page 31. And this one here, lastly here in the Vanguard, we have on page 26, Tinubu leads in closing poll as Obi Atiku trail. Tinubu leads in closing poll as Obi Atiku trail. That story is on page 26 of the Vanguard newspaper. That's the much you can take in the Vanguard for today. If you want more details on the headlines, get a copy of the Vanguard and other papers for yourself. Mr. Victor, Naira redesign mops up 1.8 trillion Naira from currency outside banks. I would like to get your reaction to this, sir.
Good news. Good news in the sense that the Naira is coming back, okay, to the owners, okay, which is the people, not just one particular person that is holding it back, okay. But mind you, the issues are still there. I watched an interview by Ojo Zokalo. As big as Ojo Zokalo, he said that his wife does not even have money to cook at home, okay. Well, I think there is one thing this Naira thing will do for us, okay. It will give us that that orderliness, that sense not to be always using cash, okay. I've mentioned that severally on this platform, okay. But the issues of this Naira thing right now, because we just have the election by the corner, is that it will cause more havoc with respect to vote buying.
I was coming to that.
Yeah, because people are looking for that cash.
I was coming to that because people are hungry.
So anybody with that cash now,
people are hungry, Mr. Victor,
can make people change their minds on who they want to vote for.
Exactly.
But it will be a shame that you will sell your conscience for just maybe 5,000. Because right now the politicians will not even spend so much, because they know that 5,000 cash can be valued as 10,000 naira right now.
Okay.
So maybe that is the reason why we can't even see the cash anymore. What else we are being paid last week?
So that when you see it
2 weeks ago.
So that when you see it, you value it.
But right now, just maybe it has been cornered to their sides.
Wow.
So it's very, very unfortunate. But for the purpose, the real purpose is for the country, for our economy, for our fiscal economy to do well.
Mr. Victor, let me ask you, do you see this whole Naira scarcity thing, do you see it playing its major purpose futuristically? Do you see it achieving the major aim for which it was created?
Oh, sure. After this elections thing will calm down. After this election, I bet you.
You're so sure about
this
that?
presidential self, not even the March 11th, things will get better.
You're so sure about that?
It will not be 100%, okay? But you get... See, right now, I think this is now the peak of this Naira scarcity.
Because one of the major aims for this currently is to curb vote buying. So if citizens are hungry at the moment because of no money, no cash to buy what to eat, and then on that day of the elections, like you just said now, somebody just comes and say, okay, vote for this candidate, and here is 10,000 waiting for, as well as 10K waiting for you. Wouldn't that add to the willingness for Nigerians to sell the vote, sell their votes?
See, it will be so challenging because this is, we are not just even talking about
it is already challenging.
But some people will shock you because character, people might portray that they have a character, but when chips are down, you find them airy, you find them falling apart.
Like the way chips are down now.
Okay, why am I saying this? It will not be even surprising to me that some persons out there that are shouting, say no to vote buy, say no to carry placard.
We'll be the actual ones to sell their votes. Exactly.
Brother, this is still Nigeria. And it will shock us. In fact, let me not even say what I want to say. But see, the elections are close. Will vote buying occur? I think it will occur. But I just pray that it will be minimal, just like the president has wished it to be. Okay? But yes, there are still some strong news out there that a particular party, they've mobilized some number of persons and giving them a name that they will be doing transfers during the election. So their vote buying will come by transfer. See, I don't want to give details just because of what happened last weekend when the news came out that the Tinubu side, Tinubu is having 400 billion naira of cash with him. Okay, so but that has been dissolved, and I think the person that broke out that news is on the run right now. So yes, please let's be very careful with the kind of news that we are taking right now, because fake news, oh my God, this is the period, this is the height of fake news. And please stick to Thavtv. We'll make sure that we'll give our viewers the right news.
Sorry for cutting you, but you know that a news can't just come out like that, even if it's fake. No matter how fake a news might seem to be, there have to be some iota of truth in every news that you think is fake.
No, Siri, I can go and concoct news now. I can go and build up news from the scratch and spread it. And once you have some elements of followers, see.
So are you saying these politicians don't have this new currency in bulk?
See. No.
Would you believe that?
I would love to work with facts. Okay.
Okay.
But mind you, there are some. Look at how this bad news or fake news is being spread. People concoct this news. They are being paid many times. So they concoct the news and they sell it to a very top brand that can push it out, that can disseminate this news. And they get paid for that. And when they do that, boom, it becomes catastrophic. So, but like I said, Nigerians should be very, very careful right now. Exactly. You should be very careful with the kind of websites you go to get your news or handles you get your news. Let it just be a brand that you know over the time have not that have not compromised. Please, Nigerians, we beg you, because this is very, very vital in these coming days. Okay,
thank you so much, Mr. Victor. I really did appreciate your time with me on the program today. Thank you. And I also want to say thank you so much to my wonderful viewers, because without you, this show won't be possible. Don't forget what I said. You can be a part of this show. you can be a part of our discussion. Okay, all you need to do is drop your comments in the comment section. I will definitely reply to them. Okay, we've come to the end of today's episode of the newspaper review. My name is Cyril Aloysius. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do so, and after subscribing, turn on your notification bell so you get notified when we come online and drop our new videos. Don't forget to also check us out on our different social media platforms. Check us out on YouTube. We are Thavtv on YouTube. On Instagram, we are Thavtv_NG. On Facebook and Twitter, we are Thavtv. So I would say it's a bye for now until we come your way again next time. Do enjoy the rest of your day.